What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Tales of the Rays video. So, we have the technical final kind of event slash banner for the 7th anniversary. I guess you could call this like an EX part. Excuse me. It's obviously for the recollection stuff. The recollection story has come to an end. I don't know if it's come to an end or if it's a future update. I'm still very confused about that. If it's like, oh, we have one more story update after this, or if the story that's currently in the game is the end of it. I think the story in the game is currently the end of it, but it was still very weirdly worded for me, so I'm not sure on that. Either way, not a big deal. But this is our final banner for the 7th anniversary, and then it's not going to be our final banner for the recollection cast, obviously, because they can always get seasonals and stuff in the future now that the story is over. We are aware that moving forward, Tales of the Rays will only be getting events in terms of more story. As for how long that's going to last before they, eventually decide to call it quits on Tales of the Rays, we don't know. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years. Obviously, by just doing normal events, it's a lot less costly for them because they don't have to voice act anything or anything like that. The only money that's really being put into the game now is whatever new characters they make. Obviously, they have to make models and stuff like that. And then, of course, any characters that get new mirror arts, they have to pay for the voice work and stuff like that. So overall, it should still be able to keep Rays up for quite a while. But I will say that, obviously, if you've been playing for a very long time, maybe now, if you spend a lot on the game, maybe start toning down because obviously, you don't know when the game is going to end. Obviously, we are in the last leg of the... I'm not saying the game's going to shut down tomorrow. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. But obviously, it could... a year from now, we could not be playing this game anymore. So do just keep that in mind. But yeah, so final banner. So we have Ending Mirage Art for Kodama. We have the crossover Mirage Art for Baldur and Saros. And then... God, why is Elnat? Elnat is playable now, which is the character you see right here. So you have 3 new Mirage Arts right there. Looks like okay. So Kodama gets another 5-star. These two get another 5-star, and then of course Elnat gets a 5-star as well. So that's pretty much it for the banner. I didn't actually look. There was a free multi on this banner, so if you haven't done it yet, you obviously should. I didn't get anything from it. So yeah, overall basic banner. You have the 4 recollection Mirage Arts, you have the crossover, and then Kodama's Ending Mirage Arts. So pretty good banner if you just want to pull stuff for these characters. So pretty nice there. And that is... oh, I wonder if the paid version has Kodama's crossover Mirage Art. Does it? It does not. I'm surprised. I thought they would at least include that. Either way, now let's go over to the event itself. I am still, speaking of the recollection story, I'm still making my way through it because I've been very lazy on playing the recollection mode, so I'm not anywhere near the end of the story. Actually, before we go to the event, I'll just show you where I'm at. When I started to get somewhat close, I've been thinking of doing like a finale story stream where we just kind of hang out and go through the end of it, but I can show you, how do I get over to, it's this, right? No. Okay, here we go. So, as you can see, where I'm at in the story, I'm only up to here. And there is still a lot left to go. You have to get the overall recollection level up to 44 to get the end of the story. Whereas, I'm still at like right before 25, so it's probably gonna be a couple weeks actually before I even get to the end. And I do want to mention, I don't know if they're gonna give us Elnat from the event. I mean, we'll find out here in a second probably. But if you want Elnat faster, I don't know what's wrong with my voice. I'm really losing my voice. You can obviously get Elnat right here by clearing the recollection story. You get Elnat unlocked at the end of it. So that's pretty much that. So let's go ahead and move over to the actual event itself and see if it's completed. I think it should be by now. It's been a number of days since the event started. And we got the first one done pretty quick, so let's take a look. You've got to be kidding me. Really? We're at, like, the last, like... I don't want to restart the video, but I also don't... You know what? It'll probably finish up before we finish up here. So let's just go ahead and go over everything. While we're waiting for it to finish up, I guess 99.9%. That's actually really funny that I want to take a screenshot of that. That's like how close we actually are. But yeah, so I'm not grinding out this event. Like, I'm not going to grind out to the 7 million points, because at the end of it, it is a nice ticket to have, but we just had a 7 million raid for the ending mirror jar, so I don't want to do it again. There is a decisive mirror jar ticket here, but I have most of the decisive mirror jar tickets, or mirror jars, that are in this pool, so the odds of me getting something new are very slim, so I'm not going to grind out the 7 million for this ticket. I'll get to whatever I get to, just by using normal stamina. But the usual stuff in here, obviously you get like the currency and stuff like that from farming up the points. Let me see. Yeah, we're like right there. So what is the score? I don't even know what it is. We're at 12,305,000,000. I don't know what the score actually has to be for that last bit, but obviously I want to try and see the 100% to see if we unlock LNAT from it hitting 100%, or if you specifically have to do the recollection story. Obviously, I don't have any bonuses for this event because I did not summon, so my best team is actually right here. None of the other recollection characters give me a higher bonus than normal characters, so this is just kind of what I've been going with. As you can see, only Kodama gives me above 20% because with normal characters that do not get an event bonus, the highest you can get them is to a 20% bonus. So let's say you're not using any recollection characters. The highest bonus you're walking away with is 20% per character. So you would have 80% for a whole team if you had 4 characters who had all the gear in the game you could possibly get. But yeah, that's pretty much what you're doing. And of course, you always want to find yourself a good bonus partner from the friends list. It's a very funny mirror jar. He just charges up the power, and then Seiros uses his like leg bullets to just fire a huge explosion. Alright, hopefully that's enough to get us to 100% for the raid. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to kill a couple more minutes for this last like 0.1%. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, is it so tedious that it's like, alright, well, I guess I'll grab my rewards. It can't take more than a couple minutes. There's no way that the, like, 0.1% is going to take much longer. So I guess we could talk here for a minute about what we should be expecting upcoming. Obviously, they have teased that it's going to be, you know, usual, like, cherry blossoms kind of event. That's going to be following whenever they drop the PV, which I'm hoping is going to be sometime tonight. It's the night of the 14th, so it'll be the 15th tomorrow. Obviously, this event doesn't end until around the 20th. I think it's the 19th or 20th. But, obviously, they threw the huge teaser of it. Oh, it's about... Oh, okay, so it ends at the end of the 18th. So, yeah, they really should drop the second half of this month tonight. But yeah, they were teasing bread so much, and obviously Mimi Baker is the most bread relevant character when it comes to Tales. So I do have a feeling in terms of like a Wonder Chef edition that's what we are going to be looking at, but obviously we'll have to see. But there's only the rest of the PV should only show us 2 events, and then of course we'll have to wait for next month for the rest of the stuff. But I'm excited either way. See what we get for the future. Obviously, there's the whole idea that now that they're not doing, you know, main story, full voiced content anymore, that we could see an increase in quality in some of these like Mirage Arts and stuff. And while that is definitely possible, we also have to think if they're not working on some other projects on the side as well. Obviously, in terms of full voice content, we still only have the first 2 arcs of the main story done. Just normal Tales of the Rays and then Mirage Prison. Fairies Requiem and Last Cradle still have yet to be fully voiced, and I want to hope that they'll do it at some point. But we'll obviously have to wait and see for that. It's all going to depend on how much money this game continues to make. But I guess we'll have to see for that. Come on. Let me just see that 100. Might be a thing where I have to... Okay, there we go. We're done. Okay. It finally finished. Cool. So what do we get? Nothing? Just more stages? Okay, so what this tells me... What this tells me is that the only way for you to get LNAT here is by doing the recollection mode. So that is the only way to get LNAT. It's not like a one or the other type deal, so you do have to keep that in mind, but that's cool. So other than that, that's pretty much it. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you did any summons, let me know what you did. And what would you hope for the future of Tales of the Rays? Is there any specific kind of content you want to see them do now that they're not going to be doing main story anymore, now that we're going to be delving solely into events? So we'll have our usual 3 events per month. And that's what we're pretty much going to be sticking to. So it's cool to... at least it's not like, you know, the story ended, they immediately announce a shutdown. I think at the very least we can hopefully reach a 8th anniversary. But we will obviously see. 8 years is a lot for a mobile game. Obviously, we're lucky to have made it this far with Tales of the Rays, you know, at all. But we'll see. So that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, mark, if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.